Hello, fifth grade scholars. My name is Miss Henry, and welcome to day 4. For this week, we have been looking at SOL 5.6C and D. Identify the main idea and summarize supporting details. Our learning target for today, I can summarize text evidence to support the main idea in a nonfiction text. For today's instruction, boys and girls, there are a few things that you will need: a pencil, a sheet of paper, or a notebook, whatever you may have handy at home to write with. I'll give you a few seconds to grab those materials. Boys and girls, while you're grabbing your materials, there's a video that I'd like for you to watch. While you're watching the video, boys and girls, which is by vocabulary, I'd like for you to pay attention to all the strategies that will be suggested to help you to identify the main idea. Feel free to write some of these strategies down if you do not have them already. Please watch.
Alright class, I know you're ready for the weekend. Don't forget about your 5-page paper. Make sure that you express your main idea and back it up.
Listen up, let me in here. The hot new thing is the main idea, supported by the details to keep it all clear. The main idea is the reason that we're all here. Yeah, come on, let me in here. The hot new thing is the main idea, supported by the details to keep it all clear. The main idea is the reason that we're all here. Have you ever read something and when you got to the end, you didn't get the point? No, you didn't understand. Well, let me break it down for the next time you read. There's gonna be 3 basic things you see: the subject, the main idea, and the details. Sort of like a city, the house, the people. The subject is the broad thing that it's about. The main idea, what's that now? It's the main thing the writer wants to say. It's the central point. You get it? Okay. You can often find it in the first couple lines, but it could be anywhere, so go find it. It's supported by specific details. The facts and the sentences, be real. They should add up to make the main idea, kids. They form up like cheerleaders in the pyramid. Like I just read an article called Bare Facts, and it talks about how they could be brown or black, polar or grizzly or another type. They're all good hunters and they know how to fight, because they have big paws so they can catch fish, and big sharp teeth that they eat with. And if they want to climb a tree to find something to eat, their super sharp claws are all that they need. See? Now let's break it down. Let's dig deeper in the article I found. What's the subject? And what would be the main idea they had there? The bears are good hunters, that's most important. How about the details they had to support it? They have large teeth, paws, and claws. And that's how you know hunting is a bear's job. Listen up, let me in here. The hot new thing is the main idea, supported by the details to keep it all clear. The main idea is the reason that we're all here. Yeah, come on, let me in here. The hot new thing is the main idea, supported by the details to keep it all clear. The main idea is the reason that we're all here. I just read a story about a boy named Ben on the first day of school. What happened there? Ben clutched his new backpack and walked in with a big smile when he saw his old friends. Tried to play it cool when he saw his old crush, but when she was close, his mind turned to mush. He liked his art teacher, that class was real fun, and was so worked up that he could hardly eat lunch. Now, what's the subject? Ben's first day of school. And what's the main idea? What's the author want to prove? Ben's first day of school was exciting. Details to back that up, where are they hiding? When Ben saw his old friends, he was psyched, and he was nervous around the girl that he liked. He even had a backpack that was brand new. Now I get the main idea, can you?
There we have it, boys and girls. From the video, you should have realized that the main idea is connected to the topic of the text, and the main idea is supported by supporting details or text evidence. Let us review our guiding questions that we have been using throughout this week. What is the topic or topic sentence of the paragraph or passage? What does the paragraph say about the topic? What does the author want us to know about the topic? And boys and girls, like you saw in the video, the main idea is what the author wants you to know about the topic. The main idea, boys and girls, it's like a stool or a table. It is supported by supporting details, which would be the legs. So the legs must be strong to support the top of the table, or else it's going to topple over. Likewise, your supporting details or your text evidence must be strong enough to support your main idea, to support your inference as to why you say this is the main idea. So we have to make sure we read the entire text, boys and girls, to identify our strong supporting details. Boys and girls, on your screen, I have a graphic organizer. And this graphic organizer, if you notice, it's arranged differently. We have the main idea box first, and then we have the three supporting details. We're going to be looking at a text, and this text, we're going to be given our main idea, and then we're asked to identify the supporting details within the text. Let's go. The title of our text, boys and girls, is Wilma Rudolph. Right away, I'm asking myself, what does the author want me to know about Wilma Rudolph? Let's read. Wilma Rudolph, the crippled child who became an Olympic running champion, is an inspiration for us all. Born prematurely in 1940, Wilma spent her childhood battling illnesses including measles, scarlet fever, chickenpox, pneumonia, and polio, a crippling disease which at that time had no cure. At the age of 4, she was told she would never walk again, but Wilma and her family refused to give up. After years of special treatment and physical therapy, 12-year-old Wilma was able to walk normally again. But walking wasn't enough for Wilma, who was determined to be an athlete. Before long, her talent earned her a spot in the 1956 Olympics, where she earned a bronze medal. In the 1960 Olympics, the height of her career, she won 3 gold medals. Boys and girls, here we have Wilma Rudolph. And as I was reading, I'm asking myself, boys and girls, what did the author want me to know? What is the author trying to tell me about Wilma Rudolph? So now I'm going to reread, asking myself this question. And as I come across a detail that will answer this strong possibility, that will be my main idea. Let's see. Wilma Rudolph, the crippled child who became an Olympic running champion, is an inspiration for us all. Boys and girls, I'm thinking this sentence right here that I'm highlighting in yellow is what the author is trying to tell me about Wilma. So this is what we will select as our main idea. Let's see if this is what we're given. Let me move my screen, boys and girls, over here. Good. Here we have our main idea, boys and girls. And I'm going to change our color, boys and girls, to blue. Our main idea, Wilma Rudolph, the crippled child who became an Olympic running champion, is an inspiration for us all. Now, boys and girls, since this is our main idea, let's read throughout the text to identify all the details that will help to support this. In your main idea, there are several words that you may see repeating throughout the text. For example, let me choose another color, boys and girls. Olympic, we may see the word Olympic. We may see champion or a word related to running champion. And these are clues that will help us to determine our supporting details. Born prematurely in 1940, Wilma spent her childhood battling illnesses including measles, scarlet fever, chickenpox, pneumonia, and polio, a crippling disease which at that time had no cure. Boys and girls, as I read this section, there is no connection right with this section and the main idea. So I'm going to keep going. At the age of 4, she was told she would never walk again. Not strong enough, boys and girls, but Wilma and her family refused to give up. After years of special treatment and physical therapy, 12-year-old Wilma was able to walk normally again. But walking wasn't enough for Wilma, who was determined to be an athlete. Here we have, boys and girls, a word that is connected to Olympics, running champion. Let's reread this sentence. But walking wasn't enough for Wilma, who was determined to be an athlete. So this sentence, boys and girls, we will use it to help to support our main idea. Let's move on to another sentence. Before long, her talent earned her a spot in the 1956 Olympics. Here we have the word Olympics, boys and girls, which is connected to Olympic within our main idea. Before long, her talent earned her a spot in the 1956 Olympics. So this is confirming that Wilma actually entered the Olympics. Also, let's continue, boys and girls, where she earned a bronze medal. In the 1960s Olympics, here we have the word again. In the 1960 Olympics, the height of her career, she won 3 gold medals. And boys and girls, let's look at the supporting details that were given to see if we're correct. But walking wasn't enough for Wilma, who was determined to be an athlete. Okay. Here we have her talent earned her a spot in the 1956 Olympics. Okay, good. And our third detail, in the 1960 Olympics, the height of her career, which is the peak of her career, boys, the most important part of her career, she won 3 gold medals. So there we have, boys and girls, our supporting details that we use to confirm that our main idea is Wilma Rudolph, the crippled child who became an Olympic running champion, is an inspiration to us all. Now, earlier on, boys and girls, we talked about the main idea is not a summary. So what I did was to write a short summary of this passage so we can see the difference between a main idea and a summary. If we notice that this main idea, it's 1 sentence long. Now let's look at our summary. As a child, Wilma Rudolph had a number of illnesses, one of which made her unable to walk for a time. Both Wilma and her family were determined to see her walk again. Wilma became an Olympic running champion, winning bronze and gold medals. Here, boys and girls, we have a summary, and if you notice, the summary is made up of more than 1 sentence, and it also includes the main idea. So remember, boys and girls, that the main idea is not your summary, but it is included in your summary. Let's move on, boys and girls, to the next activity. On our screen, boys and girls, we're given another text, but this time we're given the supporting details and we're asked to write our paragraph. And within this paragraph, we should include a topic or main idea sentence. Remember, your topic sentence or your main idea sentence can be found anywhere throughout the text, the beginning, the middle, or the ending. You decide where you want to put your main idea sentence. Let's read through our supporting details. There are over 3,000 species of beetles in the world. Beetles can live in almost any environment. Boys and girls, as we're reading, let's listen for repeated words and then ask ourselves, what does the author want me to know about beetles? Because right away I realize that beetles, it's repeating itself. So what is the author trying to tell me about beetles? Some beetle species destroy crops or property, while some species help get rid of garbage or eat dead trees. Many cultures eat beetles as a regular dish. Some beetles are considered to be good luck, like ladybugs. Beetles are essential pollinators. Beetles communicate using sound or vibrations. So there, boys and girls, it is evident that our main idea will center around beetles. Let's look at our paragraph after we have written it. Special insects, okay. And boys and girls, when we look at the details, let us look to see if there's any supporting details that tells us that beetles are insects. Okay. I am not seeing that here, boys and girls, but let's read throughout the paragraph to see why this paragraph is called special interest. Sorry, special insects. I'm sorry, boys and girls. There are over 3,000 species of beetles in the world. Many beetles live in almost any environment. Some beetle species destroy crops or properties, while some species help get rid of garbage or eat dead trees. Beetles are important species throughout the world. These insects are eaten in many cultures as a regular dish. Some beetles, like ladybugs, are considered to be good luck. The average lifespan for these insects is 1 year. Beetles communicate using sound or vibration. Beetles are also essential to spreading pollens among plants. Okay, boys and girls, as I was reading, I'm asking myself, what does the author want me to know about beetles? And when I came across this line, this sentence here, beetles are important species throughout the world. And I try to connect this again with the topic. It says special insects. Throughout the passage, the word insects was kept repeating itself, and we can make the inference that beetles are special insects that is found throughout the world. And we have our supporting details all embedded throughout the text. Let's highlight a few of them. Okay, let's choose yellow. Here we have some beetle species destroy crops or property, while some species help get rid of garbage or eat dead trees. So they help to clean up the environment, boys and girls. That's why we say that they're important or special insects. Here we have these insects are eaten in many cultures as a regular dish. So they are food for some people. Once again, that's why they're important. And this last one, boys and girls, I find very fascinating. Beetles are essential to spreading pollens among plants. So beetles help with the reproduction of plants, boys and girls. So these are some of the details, boys and girls, which confirms that beetles are important species throughout the world. Now, I have another passage or another set of supporting details for you to work with. Okay, boys and girls, this is your activity. Here we have another paragraph for you to write, and this paragraph should include a topic or main idea sentence in your paragraph. Once again, the main idea should be found or can be found anywhere throughout your text. Let's go through our list of supporting details. And as we're going through, boys and girls, ask yourself, what is repeating itself? And think about that. Remember, that will give you clues as to what your main idea will be about. What does the author want you to know about the main idea? A cowboy would never be without his bandana. It could be used as earmuffs in cold weather. Red was the most common color. If a cowboy was injured, it would be used as a tourniquet. And a tourniquet, boys and girls, it's like a band or a strap. So if the cowboy is injured, they wrap it around the arm or the leg and tie it to cut down the flow of blood so they don't bleed out. While driving cattle, it would serve as a dust mask. Okay, boys and girls. Now let's go through these details again and ask ourselves, what is repeating? What are all these details pointing towards? Here we have a cowboy would never be without his bandana. It could be used as earmuffs in cold weather. It what? It, the bandana, okay. Red was the most common color, and I'm sure we can say yes to this. If a cowboy was injured, it would be used as a tourniquet. So the bandana could be used as a tourniquet. While driving cattle, it could be used as dust mask. The bandana cannot be used as a mask, boys and girls. Now, as you're working with these details, boys and girls, ask yourself, what does the author want me to know about a bandana? Think about the details. What would your main idea be? What is the most important thing that the author would want you to know about a bandana? Okay, boys and girls, this brings us to the end of today's lesson. I hope that you enjoyed. I sure did. And I cannot wait to hear your thoughts about what you think the main idea is for your activity. Hey scholars, let's do a quick review before we end today's lesson. Our learning target, I can summarize text evidence to support the main idea in a nonfiction text. We use our 3 guiding questions, boys and girls, to help us to identify the main idea in nonfiction text. What is the topic or topic sentence of the paragraph or passage? What does the paragraph say about the topic? What does the author want us to know about the topic? Remember, boys and girls, the main idea is connected to your topic if you're given a topic or your topic sentence. And the paragraphs will provide you with the supporting details that you need to justify your main idea. Remember, the main idea is what the author wants you to know about the text. It is similar to a table or a stool. The top of the stool or table is very heavy, and it must be supported by strong legs. The main idea must be supported by strong text evidence. So as you're reading, ask yourself, which of these details is connected to my main idea? Which of these details have similar words or phrases that I can find in the main idea, or synonyms? We can also use synonyms as a clue. Let us look at the worksheet, boys and girls, that you will be working on at home. We have looked at this worksheet before, boys and girls, for the Beatles. We completed that one. This is the one that you'll be doing at home with your parents or older siblings or cousin. And we looked at the details before, and we saw one thing repeating itself. All these details were pointing towards bandana. So now you ask yourself, you are now the author. What would I want my readers to know about bandana based on these details? Have some fun with it, boys and girls. Once again, boys and girls, my name is Miss Henry, and it was a pleasure being with you this week. Please take care, and I will see you soon. Have a great day.